Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Patrick Tay. I turned 40 in December this year. Happily married with 3 lovely young children. I joined NTUC in 2002 and have been actively involved with the unions. I'm currently the Executive Secretary of the Healthcare Services Employees Union, as well as an advisor and senior consultant to the Union of Security Employees. Although I'm with NTUC almost coming to about 10 years, I think my encounters with NTUC actually dates back more than that. I recall in 1988, I actually received a bursary award from the Union of Telecom Employees of Singapore. That was particularly helpful. And that was so as because my mum then, who was a part-time postwoman, was a member of the union. My second encounter actually with NTUC, the labour movement as well, was in 1989, actually the end of 1989, just after my A-levels and before I entered or enlisted for national service. I spent 3 months working in a NTUC Fair Price supermarket just nearby in Bedok, where I live in. So these 2 experiences were particularly memorable and were my first 2 contact points with NTUC and the labour movement. I live with a personal belief to seize the day, to live life to the fullest, and in the course and the journey of it to positively impact the lives of others. I think I've been very fortunate to, in the past 9 years, to be able to work alongside many dedicated and selfless union leaders, grassroots leaders as well as my NTUC colleagues in positively impacting the lives of my fellow workers. In the Union of Security Employees, where I served in as Executive Secretary from 2004 till February this year, jointly with tripartite partners, I was working together closely with them and passionately involved in the job recreation program for the private security industry. I think that was a very memorable experience and particularly satisfying one, in that through the project, we actually really got our hands dirty and really felt the heartbeat of the ground to understand the workers' anxieties, fears, demands, and difficulties of the job. And through it, I'm happy to say that in this past 6 to 7 years embarking on this project, we have raised the wages. Yeah, the nature of the job has been more professionalized. It's a better image for the industry. And on the whole, we have impacted more than 40,000 workers in this particular industry. So that was particularly memorable. I think the other experience which I want to share is with my current union, which I serve in, the Healthcare Services Employees Union. I think one recent episode which warmed my heart was when I assisted this particular healthcare employee who worked in one of the institutions which I serve as an industrial relations officer. Just last year, I remember, she was at a wit's end because she had a workplace issue and almost got terminated. But after sitting down with her, finding out the truth of the matter over coffee, I began to find out and really understand that it wasn't really a workplace issue, but actually she was worried and afraid to voice her concerns and her real reason behind her workplace issue, possibly because she was not so educated and was extremely fearful in confronting or sharing with the supervisor. So in that episode, I represented her for her grievance, spoke to her HR director, and saved her job in that episode. But I think particularly heartwarming was, in fact, 3 months ago, when there was a bursary award presentation by the Healthcare Services Employees Union. I met her again. In fact, her son received a bursary from HSEU, and when she saw me, she dragged her son to me and pointed at me and said, son, this is the uncle that helped mommy save her job. I think that episode really left a very warming, very satisfying feeling in my heart. Besides outside work, I've been involved in the PA grassroots movement for quite a number of years, in fact, more than 25 years. I started out as a civil defense volunteer in 1984. And after I turned 21, during my undergraduate studies, I started out with the Residence Committee in 1992, and of course served in various other capacities in various grassroots committees since then. And I'm Of particularly memorable is also working alongside very dedicated grassroots leaders, not just in upgrading facilities, but also touching lives, impacting lives, giving out assistance to needy residents. And in the course of it, I made many, many good friendships along the way. So having been involved in the grassroots and labor movement for this many years, I'm indeed honored today to be fielded as a candidate for the People's Action Party. If elected, I hope to serve in a greater capacity, not just serving residents, workers, my unions, and as well as my union leaders, but also to be a voice for them in Parliament, if given an opportunity to be elected in. Thank you. 我的华文不是非常流利，但是尽量用一两句来简单自我介绍。我今年40岁，已婚，有3个孩子。在2002年，我加入职总，现在是保健服务雇员联合会的执行秘书，以及保安雇员联合会的高级顾问。我在职总服务了大概将近10年，但是我第一次跟职总、跟工运、跟工会的联系也是蛮久了。为什么呢？就是在1988年，在读初一的时候，我收到一份助学金，就是新加坡电信雇员联合会的助学金。第二次跟职总跟工运有接触，就是在1989年那时，读完A 水准，等国民服役的时候，在三个月，在职总合作评价社的超市当一名助理。那时这两次的接触，让我认识到，让我体会到，两个非常留给我一个很深刻的印象。第一就是，我们的工会不只是在工作上代表工友们，也在给助学金的情况，减轻工友们在家里的负担。另外一个就是在职总合作评价社的超市工作，我本身体验到，因为那次还是年轻18岁，抬起这么多很重的箱子啦，汽水，因为是春节的时间，让我体会到，我这么年轻要抬这么重的东西，要是比较年长的工友们就会更不简单了。在职总服务大概要10年，让我留给我一个非常深厚的印象，就是在这个保安雇员联合会的一个接触，一个经验。怎么说呢？就是在这个工作重新改造计划，我们工运特别是工会劳资政治双方同心协力，帮助大概4万个保安行业的工友们。这个留给我很好的非常好的印象，是因为在提升我们的保安工友们的工作效率、潜能，还有提高他们的生产力，因此让他们在每个月的薪金增加了很多。就是在这整个过程中，我感到有非常好的满足感。我这次被提名为人民行动党的候选人，我感到非常荣幸。希望能不只是为居民们、为工友们、为工会领袖们服务，也希望能在国会代表他们的心声。谢谢。